So many things to watch for tonight, the strategies and how each candidate will deliver his or her message.
Yeah, Professor Emeritus Mordecai joining us with what we can expect tonight. You know, this could really make or break a presidential dream.
There's no doubt about it. This is an important election. If you think about it, the next president is going to kick off the second quarter of the 21st century. We're past the first quarter of the 21st century. So that president, he or she, is going to set the tone for a quarter of a century.
I want to go back to Doug Burgum here, who hurt himself, and it was not a name that most people know. I hope he's doing great. Of course, we all wish him a speedy recovery. But let's be honest, this is going to help him. He gets to use phrases like cowboy up, like they do in his home state of North Dakota, and folksy things like it feels like I was shot by like a coyote getting shot in the backside. People are going to go, wow, I want to know more about this guy. He's
handled it perfectly because we're seeing him as a person instead of as some kind of a programmed machine who just spouts, you know, sound bites. And he's handled it pitch perfect.
You know, speaking of a rigorous debate tonight, let's be honest, a lot of things on the table, a lot of topics. Inflation will definitely come up. Do you think that the candidates here will go about their answers by attacking the current administration or coming up with, say, their own blueprint? This is what I will do to get more money in Americans' pockets, the average American. What do you think the strategy will be?
Well, there's no doubt that all of them are sort of homogeneous Republicans. They're for cutting taxes, they're for cutting inflation, they're for less government regulation. So in that respect, they'll all be saying sort of similar things. I think the strategy issue for them is who wants to swing for the fences and say something along the lines of what you just mentioned. And that's high risk, but high reward. Or who wants to just hit singles and doubles, low risk, low reward. And I think if you have speech coaches, they can tell you either one might be a good strategy.
There are 8 people on stage tonight. I contend, and correct me if I'm wrong, 7 of them are happy that Donald Trump is not going to be up there. One of them is not. Chris Christie would like him there. Otherwise, he's punching at a ghost tonight, and he is going to attack Donald Trump, whether he's there or not. But it would be more effective if he were there.
Definitely, but Asa Hutchinson is also an anti-Trump kind of candidate. So he also is losing the punching bag that he would have gotten.
But a different style. Definitely a different style, right?
The two of them are sort of pre-Trump Republicans. And otherwise, we're going to be seeing Trump Republicans who are just keeping their fingers crossed that something happens and Trump ends up not being the nominee and they can step forward. You know, politics is very much almost like professional sports. Something can happen. You can't predict it. You can't plan it. But you got to be ready to step in. And I think the other 6, that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah. Will they have the political durability to survive tonight? I mean, that's really kind of the theme as well.
It'll be interesting to see if alliances form on that point you just made. Like, are those two going to go good cop, bad cop on Donald Trump?
It's hard to coordinate 8 people. Everybody wants to stand out. But Doug Burgum right now is the standout. I think we're going to see a lot.
Even though it hurts him to stand. Yeah.
Oh, touche. But I think it'll be worthwhile for the audience. I think they'll learn a lot. And my last word will be, who do you like? After 2 hours, who do you like?
And who have you got to know? I mean, a lot of people don't know anything about these candidates. What do we know about you now? How do we feel about you? You were a no-name, right, to us a couple days ago or today. Now we know, so, right?
You know, most of the people watching it who are Republican are looking for who they would support if it's not Trump. Or they might have already decided they want somebody other than Trump. So they're going for who do I feel comfortable with. And I think they'll also be saying, that might be my number 1, but who's my number 2? Because the death and survival rate between now and the convention, it's going to be enormous.
We're not letting you get away.
Yeah, you're going to be checking in with us later. We'll be checking with you. So.